Hello again, everybody. I'm Evan Massoud. Welcome to the FREDTV Sports Report, coming to you this week from the Borden Light Marina, where recently the Offshore Powerboat Association launched the second annual Fall River Grand Prix. The day before the big race, boats were lifted via crane and placed into the Taunton River for test runs. Augie Pensa, Vice President of OPA Racing, says that this site is one of the nicest places they race in the country.
Just look at it. It's a beautiful event. You know, we do run Point Pleasant, which is really the largest race site, the longest in the United States. Point Pleasant, New Jersey, was known as the Benihana back in the 60s and 70s. But it's picturesque, it's beautiful. There's a lot of crazy turns. The guys are going past the battleship, under the bridge. I mean, you can't get better racing than this. It's a beautiful, wonderful sight. Again, we're just happy to come back. This is our second year coming back here, and we hope this continues.
Cranston native Jimmy Kazani has been racing powerboats for years and is thrilled to be racing at what is basically a hometown stop for him. The Alex and Ani sponsored boat is equipped with two turbocharged engines that combined will output anywhere from 3,000 to 4,000 horsepower. That's double a monster truck at just a fraction of the weight. Impressive. Those values can be adjusted from inside the cockpit, and when the water is calm like it is on the Taunton River, the horsepower will certainly be turned up.
The water is very calm today. It's the first time this year we've run the boat in calm water, so I'm really excited about that. We put a big set of propellers on it, and I would anticipate, wow, they sound good. I would say today we're probably going to run about 175, 180. We're not going to open it up, but just to make sure everything, feels good. All our temperatures are good, all our pressures are good. I mean, the Alex and Ani is a very, very exotic piece of equipment. I've raced all up and down the coast, even on the Great Lakes. This course is interesting. It's got a wide turn. It has a really tight hairpin turn. The hairpin turns are always challenging because that's where the rollovers will occur. Spinouts can occur there. The course isn't exactly straight. We go underneath the bridge. There's a little bit of a jog to it, so it keeps it interesting. It keeps the driver on his toes, and naturally keeps me as a throttle man on my toes. We both need to pay attention. We both need to work in unison. We need to be synchronized. If we're not, we can get in trouble real quick.
Both Jimmy and Augie went on to praise the city's administration and Mike Lund from the marina for their efforts to make this event such a success for the racers and the spectators. All right, next up, the Fribble Championship. After a 3-2 win in Game 3, the Braves were looking to close out the best-of-5 championship series against the defending champs. But of course, the Royals had other plans, as they never go down without a fight. Game 4 highlights here. We'll pick it up in the third. 1 on, 2 down. Yoshi Ferreira drives the curveball the other way. Jay Martin motoring around from first. He'll score the game's first run. It's 1-0 Royals. Next inning, 4-0 the score. Jake Ferreira makes it 5 with the big fly. Deep and gone to right field, hitting the base of the house across the street. It's a 5-0 score after the solo home run. Bottom of the fifth now, Royals threatening again, but the Braves' Sam Duford ends the inning with a flare, a diving stop in short right field, and then gets up to make the throw. Nicely done right there. Unfortunately for the Braves, it would be all Royals in Game 4. The defending champs force Game 5 with an 8-0 shutout. You can't ask for much more than a Game 5 finale where the winner takes all. And I can tell you, after 5 seasons of covering the league, this was one of the longest and craziest games I've ever covered. So buckle up. It's going to be a wild ride. We'll pick it up right in the bottom of the first with the Braves looking to strike first. Adam Crisafulli with a 2-out, 2-run single to left field. Dan Nunes and Alex Kniebe will score to make it 2-0 Braves. The Royals come right back, though, in a big way next half inning. Tied at 2 already. Jake Ferreira puts 2 more on the board. It's a 2-run double to deep center field. John Elderkin and Cody Monty will come home. Royals up 4-2. Later in the inning, it's a 5-2 score. Chris Rosa adds a 6th run. It's an RBI double. Jay Martin scores from third. The Royals would play 7 in the second. The Braves are not worried, though. Their offense is strong, too. Already 2 runs in the bottom of the second. Josh Blaze at the dish. He tomahawks it into right field. That'll plate 2 more. It makes it a one-run game as Jesus Fana and Alex Kanevi score to make it 7-6 Royals. That's as close as the Braves would get, though. The defending champs just too much. We'll fast forward to the 9th. Royals up 13-8. Yoshi Ferreira on to close it out. He gets Kevin Caputo to ground out to third. Cody Monty makes the play, and that's the season. The Royals continue to sit atop the Fribble throne, winning their 3rd consecutive championship. I spoke with Jay Martin after the game. He tells me he has nothing but respect for both his opponents and the rest of the league.
It's not the first time we've been here. Actually, we're in the same exact situation last year. We just said, let's take every at-bat like it's our last, and young guys stepped up, veterans stepped up, everybody chipped in. This one was a team effort for sure. This is the 4th time overall we faced the Braves in the finals, 3rd time in a row. Hats off to them. They play their hearts out. It's always, I think Adam Crisafulli last year said it's like Red Sox Yankees every time. This was a marathon. These are the fun ones.
Congratulations to the Royals on the three-peat. It's their 3rd in a row, their 6th overall. I want to thank the league as well as our American Legion team with Coach Mark Shea for another great summer of baseball at Chew Park. Also, Maplewood Park, the Babe Ruth League, they wrapped up their season recently. It was the Yankees taking the hardware over there, so we congratulate that team as well for a great summer. Now, with summer done, we'll turn our attention back to high school sports. The fall season is upon us, and I stopped by all 3 high schools this past week for an inside look at the upcoming football season. Here's more from the field.
1, 2, 3. Forward!
The shoulder pads and helmets are on, which means the teams are preparing for another season of high school football. Since last Thanksgiving, there have been a number of changes for all 3 Fall River teams. With new coaches and new players across the board, you can bet there's an adjustment period. Luckily for new Bishop Conley head coach Ned Scaduto, the Cougars are finding their form rather easily, picking up right where they left off.
We've got close real quick. We really have. They're falling into it. They're believing in what we're doing. They're attentive again. It's just that bond between coach and player, knowing that we have each other's back and that we're in it together.
Now over at Durfee, a former Cougar is hoping to leave his mark as a Hilltopper. Jathan Nera made the transfer from Bishop Conley High School and is hoping his senior year at Durfee will be just as successful as his previous 3 across the street. But it won't come without a challenge.
This is the 3rd playbook I had to learn in 4 years, so I'm kind of used to getting the new playbook, but I'm getting there. I don't know it completely yet, but it takes time. There's a lot of strong sophomores on this team, so I'm hoping that when they're seniors, they can have a good team too, and hopefully learn from what us seniors have done here.
Our final stop takes us to Diamond Regional, where a longtime Durfee football coach has now taken the reins of the Bengals football team. After 13 head coaching seasons with the Hilltoppers, Steve Winarski took a position at Diamond as an assistant coach in 2008. This year, he returns to the Bengals as the head coach. Diamond played their 2nd scrimmage of the season on Wednesday. Coach says now this is the time to rest the starters and test the subs to see how much depth they have on the roster.
We want to see the backups now. You know, we got mostly the first team is in there and some second team, but we want to see if the second and third stringers can take a step forward and maybe knock one of the guys that are starting out of a position or get some playing time during the course of the season. Like we can maybe 5 guys going both ways. So it's pretty well balanced when we spread the wealth around with the kids and that. So they know if one kid misses practice and he's a starter, the next kid is the next man up.
And believe it or not, the season opens next weekend. On Friday night, Diamond will begin on the road at Mystic Valley Charter, and Durfee will play across the bridge at Somerset Berkeley. And on Saturday afternoon, Bishop Conley will host Mashpee for their home opener. Well, folks, that's going to do it for summer 2016. I want to thank you for joining me each Friday night right here on FREDTV. Now, be sure to look for me throughout the school year as our full game coverage begins of high school sports, and we're going to open things up with football. Durfee at Somerset for opening night next Friday. Should be a good game. So until next time, I'm Evan Massoud. As always, thanks for watching.